Alright, so here is a table of majors given at Wellesley College, in a women's college outside of Boston. It's a sketch an appropriate graph of the distribution and comment on its appropriate features. Okay, so here we have to decide whether we're dealing with categorical or quantitative, and here we are dealing with categorical data. So an appropriate graph would be either a bar graph or a pie chart. Now, I don't care so much for pie charts, so I'm going to make a bar graph. Okay. Now, there's several ways we can make the bar graph, but definitely what we need is that on one side we need the axis showing the height, and on the other side we need to show the different categories. Now, we can arrange the categories and leave them in this order, or we can change the order of the categories however we wish. We can choose to have the largest category first and then go in decreasing order. We can put them in alphabetical order, however we see fit. So what I might do, and you don't have to, is I'm going to put the largest group first, which is going to be the social science. And I'm going to put the first bar, and this one's going to be social science. Okay, and remember, for bar graphs, we leave spaces in between the different bars. The next largest would be humanities. So I'm just going to abbreviate it with HUM. And then the next largest will be interdisciplinary. And then the last group is going to be math and science. So these are the different bars. And to show the different heights, we need to establish a scale. So I'm going to just mark this off as 10, and then approximately the same distance up will be 20. And the same distance we'll mark 30%, and that will be about 40%. So 38, so that would mark the 5s, and then we got to break these down into smaller tick marks. So 38% is going to be right around there. Okay, so I'm going to draw a vertical bar for social science. So a good bar graph needs to have an appropriate scale. Okay, if you don't have the scale, you cannot make a good bar graph. So social science is the highest at 38%. The next one is going to be 30%, which is right about there. And that's the humanities. Interdisciplinary is 17%. So this is 15, 16, 17. So going right across to 17% right there. My lines aren't perfectly vertical. And then lastly, 15%, just a little bit lower for our math and science. Math and science majors representing 15%. Okay, so there is our bar graphs. There we go. Interdisciplinary ones. Okay. All right, so comment on important features. Okay, so we should talk about the mode. All right, the most popular major is social science. Okay. Humanities is second. And then the other two classes or categories are the least popular. Again, if you have the bars in different order, if you leave them in the same order as this, that's allowed and that's fine. Your bar graph is equally valid. I just chose to make them go from largest to smallest.